Hello, good evening everyone. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Are you able to hear me? Hello. Can anyone hear me? Yes. Good evening. If you guys are able to hear me, just please respond on the message. So welcome everyone. This is Kisle Singh from Passionate Self-Taught um, Sketch and Painter, and I get the free time, so I practice some of the drawings and some of the sketches on the live objects, sometimes my own things. And if you guys are following it up onto Instagram, you can go to my page, Creator World. You can see all the sketches and drawing. And on the next thing is thanks to My Kids Drawing, they are giving a wonderful opportunity to create awesome drawings, sketches, and you can get a nice platform where you can upload your drawings, and you can be see in the when you grow up, you can actually see your what and all things you have drawn into the past. So that's very nice gesture. So, and they also kind of gives you the advantage to go with the you know, to create your own passion, find out new things and create new drawings. So that's about it. So I'll start with some of the basics, and thanks to once again My Kids Drawing to giving me a wonderful opportunity to share my experience and my learning onto this platform. Okay, so I'll start with the basic sketches. So first I will show you that how to shade some of the things. It's a basic shading concept. So you need basically three normal pencil. This is normal pencil, and we need a rubber and this cotton that you can get it in your household items. I think that's good enough. So let's start with the some of the basic shading concept. So first shading concept is you should never hold a pencil like straight. That gives that very like a very sharp and very strong impression onto the any of the drawing. So you should always hold the pencil like always like this mode, and start with, so you can see that this is very sharp, so you cannot use it as a very pointed one. For shading you have to use always like this, start with the lighter, and then you can keep on going like this, and then you can start little bit darkening it, and you can keep on darkening, and then you can start so you can see that there is a clear separation on the darkening side. Now you can see that there are three different variants are there. This is very light, this is a mild, this is very mild light, and this is a bit dark, and this is darker. Now, but you can see there is a difference actually. So you can see here there is a line which actually says that okay, this is becoming darker. Now how we can smoothen it up? To use this cotton, simple cotton, you get it in your home, and you can start smudging it around it. So you start always from the darker side to the lighter side. You should never start from this thing. So that way what happens is you can see that it is actually going to merge it, and so you will have a nice separation. And now you have, you can see, now I can start little bit darkening this thing, because this is my area is a dark side. So I'll just little bit dark it. And this can be a more darker. So now you can see this is going to be a much more darker, and then this will be a, now you can see that there is light, and then there is a dark, mild light, and then this is dark, and then this is darker. So this is how the shading concept works, and by this you can see that how you can clearly distinguish between the lighter to darker. There is a small difference you will see. This is the one where it says that it's merging with the lighter portion, and this is merging with the darker portion. So that's how the shadow concept works. Now let's I'll give you one small experiment before we go and create the nice 3D object. So to how to understand that how the shadow works, I have going to give you one small demo so that you guys get an idea that how the shadow works. So assume that this is your object, and you can see that light is going to be fallen onto this portion, and you can see that how the shadow is moving. So I am projecting the light onto this portion, so this is the brighter area, and then this is the shadow of that particular image, that particular object shadow is this one. Now if I go closer, you can see that how the shadow is increasing. So this is how we are going to create the into our paper. And if you go far, you can see that how the shadow is decreasing. So the more you closer, the more, see, this is how it's actually going to. Okay, so has anyone any questions, anything, any questions, any doubts? Please feel free to ping me. I can see and I can respond to that. Okay, so now I'll start with creating the sum of the 3D plane, and then I will show you that how we can do that thing. So you can use the same paper. You don't have to waste another paper for this thing. So you can just reverse it out, and you can actually use the same paper. And now I'll use the same pencil. So first I'll create my 3D world. So 3D world creating is very easy. What you need to do is just take a one scale and just put it onto this, and you can So this is how so now this is your house is created. So now you can see this is how your 3D plane is there. Now I need to have that one desk on this thing so that I can get an idea that how my objects is going to look like. So I'll create a one table, one small big table, that will be better. And you can see that table will be parallel to this one because it's a 3D word. So 3D word always have a relative this thing. So I'll just increase a bit. So this is your desk. So you have a big desk at your home and you can create the desk legs. You don't have to be very sharp on this thing. So I'll increase a little bit light. Okay. Okay, so always start with your light pencil hand. Should never use force, otherwise it will be very hard for you to rub it out. And you should always use a one blank sheet to cover up your hand because your hand will always sweat. So what you can do is, this will actually create your drawing very bad. It can smudge your drawing. So always use a cloth or a paper so that you can rest your hand onto this thing. Okay, just 1 second. I'll start again. That's fine. So first, what you need to do is to create a 3D plane. I'll just draw it a little bit darker so that you guys can see it. I can see that it's a light. So you can see this is how the 3D plane will going to be. So this is how the 3D your house, your room you can create, and this is a desk inside your room, which is going to be a little bit bigger desk. I am drawing it very hard, but when you guys are drawing, when you kids are drawing, please use less pressure on the pencil because it will be very hard to remove it, because erase it. Okay, now I'll create a desk. Okay, so this is how your desk is there right now. Now I'm going to add a one small circle on top of that. So let's assume that this is my circle. You can use any of to create any circle. You can, in house you will have a glass, or you will have some kind of a mug holder where you can actually put your basically you put your glass on top of it. So you can use this, or you can use this, or if you have a protector and all, you can use that as well. So this is something very easy to use. You can get the cello tape and you get the cell out of it, so then you can use the cello tap and you can place it on top of this. Now I'll just use this one and I'll just create the circle from this one. Okay, so I'll just little bit draw it little bit darker so that you guys can see it, because light is too much here. So but you guys, when you're drawing it, please draw it lightly, because pencil sketches are supposed to be started with the very light, and once you're done with your changes, then you should draw it much more darker. Okay, so that's the idea about it. Now let's assume that your light, you have a light bulb over here. this is your light bulb, very small light bulb on the corner of the page. You can just imagine that this is a light bulb. Now how the light comes? Light comes either spread into the object like this. So you can create the light like this. Create a one light, this thing, and you can create another one. It will go somewhere here. That's fine, you don't have to worry about that. Now what you need to do is, so this is how the light is coming. Now how to make sure that your shadow is going to be correctly placed is basically, you see this is the touching point for the light and this is the touching point for the light. You draw this a straight line over here, and this is your light part and this is your dark part, where you're going to have too much darkness over here, and this will be where you have a light, and this part will be having a shadow of it. So now you can actually just create an oval shape with the light hand. Okay, so I'm just giving you projection. It will go till the end of this light, so I just keep it like that way. Okay, so you guys can do it as much as time you want to take. You can take this time. You don't have to worry about how much time it is taking. I have a practice, so I do that thing. If you guys take 1 hour, 2 hours, just take your time to draw this thing. You don't have to rush it. This has to be draw it very normal and very easy way. Now let's start with the light portion. So light portion is very simple. You will be seeing that there is a light which will come and has that very sharp light on the top of the circle. So what you're going to do is, you're going to have a very small light over there. You will not sketch anything over here, but remaining portion you will do a small light. And see, the holding of the pencil is very important here. You have to use the very light hand here. You don't have to pressurize it, and just keep doing that thing. It's very simple, very easy. It's nothing to do with anything. You can just keep drawing it as long as you feel comfortable, and you can keep pushing it, keep light drawing it. Okay, now there is a one thing you notice, this ball is not transparent, but this table is transparent. Table is, you can see it. So what you can do is, you can rub those. That's why you should use a light, so that you can rub this, so that your table is become behind that ball. Okay, so now you probably have some brush at your home, the old toothbrush. So you can see that if you use your hand, you will make your sketch dirty. So don't use that thing. You will be holding the old toothbrush, or probably you have this kind of a brush at your home. If you don't have it, use the old toothbrush and just rub it off like this. So then what happens, all the rubber part, the dust part will go out of that thing. Okay, next, so you can see my table is now behind this ball. Now you cannot see that thing. Okay, so I'll go a little bit much more slower, so you can just keep drawing it, keep sketching it, so now you can see your light part is almost done. Now comes to the darker part. So darker parts is always start with darker and darker and darker, like that. So you can see this is how the darker parts is going to start. Now I'll start with little bit drawing with the darker part. And always remember, your shadow will always be going to be a black or gray, dark black, I mean completely black. It will never going to be a colorful shadow. So you don't have to worry about color of the shadow or something. like that. So you can just keep, you can see your shadow when you stand in the if you want to do a practical experiment, so you can stand in the sun at different timing. You can see your shadow will be your body will create a shadow for shadow from the sun. So that is very interesting. If you guys are interested to draw your shadow, what you can do is, one person can stand in the shadow and the other person can take a chalk or something and can draw the shadow onto the ground, and that will be a nice fun to see that thing. So if you guys are interested, you can draw the shadow onto the ground as well. So you can, each time will have a different shadow. On 12 o'clock noon, you will not see any shadow because sun will be exactly on the top of your head, so you cannot see that thing. Now you can see I started to little bit darken that thing, so I'll be keep on darkening, and I'll be darkening this thing. So this will be now become more darker. Yeah, I think it's too much light here, but I'll try to make it much more darker so that you guys can see it. So don't worry about it. You can keep practicing it. You can get it actually. It's very easy. Pencil sketching is very easy. Anyone can draw the sketches. It's very simple and very easy to draw. You don't have to worry about anything. You just think about, okay, I see this thing and I can draw this thing. That's the beauty of the drawing. So you can just keep pushing it. So now you have that the full darker portion in the bottom. And just leave it like that. Now let's focus on the shadow. Shadow is supposed to be super dark. I mean, it should not be have anything. So you cannot see in the shadow. So you just draw it the shadow like anything. Just use the full force of the pencil and just draw it. And the best part with the shadow is it starts with the darker side and then it goes and becomes lighter in the front. So I'll start with the same thing. So you can see I'm starting with the darker side and it's going to be little bit lighter and it's going lighter and it's going to be much more lighter then. But you see here there is some part is you can see the differences now. Okay, so now what we need to do is we have a simple tool. This is called cotton. This cotton tool, what you can do is you hold it in your hand and you start smudging it. So now when you start smudging it, you can see it's actually going to mix it. You don't see any pencil mark anymore. That's the beauty about it. So now your shadow is mixing with the part of this one. And you don't worry about the going excess. It's a good actually is going excess so that you can actually make it much more better when you use the rubber. Okay, so now you can see your shadow is almost ready. And now let's focus on our ball area. So ball area is very straight and very simple. You start from the darker side, make it darker. It's your choice. You can start from light or darker. It's up to you. But if you have a starting with the lighter, it's fine. No worries. So see, if you see, this has become full black. It's because now it's you consume that all the excess darkness and it made that my ball more smoother. Okay, now I'll use that fresh cotton to make my lighter portion much more lighter. So you can see, use this one, a fresh cotton, and then try it out. Okay, so now you have a ball ready, but it's required little bit finishing touch. It's ready, but it still needs some finishing touch. So for that, you need to start from the bottom. So you will start from here and you do the shadow portion first. Do the detailing work. Detail is very important in any drawing. You cannot have the drawing without a detail work. So it's very important that start with the detail, start with the bottom portion of it. Keep continue doing that, and now you see, you will not be able to see any of the light portion into or any of the pencil marks into this thing, because you already done your job onto drawing this thing. Okay, so looks like your shadow is almost ready. Now I'll start with the little bit the light darker portion of the ball. So my darker portion is, I'm just going to draw it. So this portion, if you see, it's why it is highlighted is because your desk also reflects some of the light. So when the light comes here, this excess light, it might reflect back onto the your ball as well. So that's why you can see a little bit light is required over here. So that gives the more impression of the 3D effect as well. Okay, so I'll start with that. So I'll make it much more smoother, so your ball looks like more of a 3D. You see here, it's very simple and straightforward things. You are using just a pencil. You are not using any color pencil or anything. And if you want to use color pencil, you can use it, because color pencil will, like for example, if you want to make an apple, so apple is nothing but it's a ball. So you can just place an apple over here and you can see, hey, you know what, this is what the apple looks like, and the same shadow and same thing will look exactly like that way. Okay, so I'll start with that. So now if you see, this is your lighter and darker portion. So the corners are very important. Don't worry, if you excess dark it, it's okay. It's not an issue. You have that's why we created a rubber, so that you can actually rub it later. You don't have to worry about, oh, I overdo that shadow part. That's why rubber is there. You can use the rubber at any point of time where you feel, oh, you know what, this drawing is gone more. So no worries. Okay, now we done little bit darker portion. Let's do little bit merging so that our ball get merged. Okay. So you can see, this is how you can do that thing. Use the cotton and use your hand. Don't worry, you don't need any specific tool for that thing. You have hand. You can, if you want, you can use your hand also to rub this thing. The only problem is you'll make your hand dirty. That's the reason we should use cotton, cloth, or any other, probably a piece of paper also can help you here. Okay, but you can use your finger also to smudge it. And the other portion is, now you see my sketch has so many dark. So if I put my hand here, my hand will become dirty. So the best way is to not to make your hand dirty, is to put another paper on top of that, so that you can avoid your hand getting dirty on this thing. Okay, once you get a practice, you probably don't need it, but for initial, you do definitely need these things. Okay, so now let's start with my doing the detailing work for the ball portion of it, and it's almost ready. Okay, now use the rubber. Now you can see I have a rubber here, and I'll start rubbing that all the excess shadow, because as you can see this is not good if it's having the excess shadow outside of uh, the original one, and it will look bad. So to do that thing, I'm using rubber. Make sure your rubber is clean, otherwise you will make your paper dirty. So I just used my hand to clean it up. You can use your hand to clean it up, or else what you can do is you can rub it on the some white sheet paper like this, and you can just keep rubbing it till it become white. So you can just keep rubbing this thing. Okay, and once you do that thing, you can just start going and back and forth, and then start doing the detailing part. Okay, now it's very careful because your paper, hold your hand completely and make sure that it's clean. You should not make your drawing dirty. Okay, and you can just keep doing rubbing this thing. It's okay. Now we don't need light because we got our shadow, we got everything. So what we can do is we can start removing our light source, because now we don't need light source. We got our light source, we got our shadow, so we can just start removing our lights. Then it looks perfect. Once you get practice, when you get hold to it, you don't require that light source. You can imagine that when it's going to happen or not. Okay, so now you can just rub it off your this thing and all the excess lines. I definitely want you to go after this session and try to create some of the objects in your daily life. Probably you can have this pencil box. You can take this pencil box and you can see that shadow is getting added over here. That's very nice. And you can see that, okay, how the shadow is getting into the bottom. So this can give you a nice picture, and just put it over here and you draw this onto your paper. Just simple box, and you can see the shadow is coming over here from the light. So this is how is actually the real life objects works in the, in the real natural world. So try it out as much as possible. Okay, so now I'll just start rubbing all the excess things. Okay, so let's rub all this excess shadow. So take your time, don't rush it. This is a drawing of, this is your drawing, this is no one else drawing. So take your time, don't rush it. Drawing is not something you can rush it and just do it. It's not something, it's not a race you have to win. It's something you're doing it to make sure that you feel happy. So any drawing what you make, it's supposed to make you happy. So you should be happy when you're drawing it, or when you're feeling sad, then after the drawing you should become happy. So that's the idea about that, having the drawing gives you the pleasure of doing everything. So just be happy about it, what you do. So this is how your shadow is now done. Don't use your hand to wipe off all these things. Use a brush or use your old toothbrush. You will be having an old toothbrush. Usually normal human, they replaces their toothbrush every 6 months, so you will have a lot. So what you can do is, now still there is a detailing work. You cannot just, so you just make those gaps, maybe some erasers, marks, those things you, and then you just keep doing the detailing work. See here, it's supposed to be a little bit circle, so I'm just going to make it little bit circular here. So that it looks more prominent. The shadow looks more better. Okay, so this is how the shadow is now going to look good. Okay, so drawing is black using the pencil, normal pencil, is actually a challenge. Drawing with the color pencil is definitely a fun, but drawing with the normal pencil and visualizing the whole word, it's very uh, interesting. So you will love it once you start doing it. So always start with the pencil and see how much you can do that. Okay, so I'll just keep doing that so that it looks much more prominent. See, this bottom has to be much more, because there is no light is reaching it out and the bottom, so bottom will be darker and shadow will be much more darker. So that's how it is. So you should be drawing it much more. So just have it as a little bit much more this thing. And okay, now you have your ball is almost ready. Okay, now I can still do some more detailed work. So what you can do is you can actually, now you can do the darker portion and make sure that it get merged with the lighter portion. So you just need to do the hand into the back and forth motion. You don't have to rub it like this way, otherwise what will happen, you will not get the texture, nice smooth texture you need. Okay, so now you have a nice and smooth texture, and we have a one light portion where the direct light was coming, right? So it's supposed to be completely white. It should not be, you cannot see anything over there, so you can just rub it actually. So now once you rub it, you can see that it has a nice feeling of, okay, there's a light and then there's a spreading across the whole ball. So now you get the feeling of the 3D effect. But our work is still not done. So you can see the table is still visible. You can see the wall behind that thing. So what you need to do is you need to hide that wall behind the table. So what you need to do is you just need to rub this borders. Okay, just rub it. That's fine, totally fine. You can just rub it. Now you don't need this thing. You got your perspective properly, you don't need it anymore. Okay, and now you have your so again, don't use hand. And now your table is little bit white and little bit this thing, so you can use the light, very small smudge. Use the very lightweight pencil. Hold always for shading, always hold the pencil like this way. This will give you the full control of the shading and it will do the shading much more faster. So you can see you will have a much more better control over here. So now you see your table is getting completely blackened. A little bit, and it's very easy, guys. It's very simple, straightforward motion, back and forth. That's it. You don't have to do anything, any pressure. Just light, how much ever light you can go. Okay, and that's it. Your table is done. You can use the old, even whatever you use earlier one. You can use the same cotton, and you can just start smudging this one also. So your table also becomes smooth, and you don't have to worry about any pencil mark on your table. So now your table also is actually become much more better. Okay, and exercise 6 excess pencil marks, you can just remove it simply by just doing this. And if anyway, if let's say it get extra pencil smudge mark is came, don't worry, just use your rubber and just wipe it off. It's very easy. It's no complication over here. Now you can see your desk is also ready, and we have a leg also. So leg also needs a little bit this thing. So just paint it using pencil. It's no biggie. Just do it. Because leg doesn't have a light anything. Leg is under always the tabletop. So your tabletop is hidden, hiding your leg. See, without any color, you are able to draw a complete picture. That's the fun of the whole complete black and white word. You can actually draw the whole word without the color, and still you get to know that okay, how the whole word will look like. That's how it is. Okay, so now you have your table. Some of you, if you are interested, you can actually draw a wall also. So you can actually use the same pencil, and you can probably start doing a little bit darker, or probably you can do that little bit. So you can just start drawing this thing, your wall. So it's very simple, very easy. Just keep drawing it. It actually give you much more your depth for your ball. So you can actually have that, oh, I can see the clear depth perception for my 3D objects. So you can draw that as well. It's fine. Let your hands do the job. You don't have to worry about it. You can actually do that thing. You just need to just use your imagination. Just how much dark you want, you can just keep pushing it. Okay. Now what you can do is, you have the old cotton, it's okay, use that, and you can just simply use this and just start removing all the marks, everything. Okay, so you can see this is how you can create a 3D word into your page, paper. You don't need any other things other than your just pencil and rubber and simple scale. If you are very good at it, once you become a practice, you don't need a scale as well. You can just draw it using a simple pencil and rubber itself, or probably you can use your small cotton as well. Okay, you can just use this to make it much more smoother. Okay, and this is your floor. So you can see the floor also required a little bit much more thing, so you can have that. Always remember, shadow is when you are doing the shading, just keep the thing and remember that okay, you don't have to pressurize your hand. You have to let it flow, just like how you do this normal hand flow, normal hand motion. You don't have to worry about any pressure on your hand. That's it. So little first, so you need to know that okay, that your floor is little bit darker, so you just need to have it brush it little bit much more. So here I'm just doing it little bit much more to give the much more depth into the table. Okay. Okay, now I just use the same mold. You see how much you can be conservative by using this thing. You don't have to worry about too much money wastage or anything. You can reuse as much as possible. So these are, as you know that, okay, these are my the darker shading area. I can use the same cotton block because this also gives that nice texture, like a light shading on top of that thing. Also it will help uh, you know give that more prominent impression on the floor. So I'll just use that one, and you can see, you can just keep doing this thing. And so on the corner you can see a little bit darker I have put it, so that it can give you that impression that on the corners there is a much lighter, very less light. So that gives the impression of the complete 3D tables. Okay. Now on the side wall you want to keep it, or so there is another thing is for the shading, vertical and horizontal things. So now you see my whole page is now full shaded, and if I put my hand it will actually create an impression on the paint as this drawing. So what I need to do is, I have a clean fresh sheet which I can use it later also, but what you can do is you can cover it up, and then you can actually use the same. So this is your side wall. So I am doing this vertical shading so that it actually give me the vertical shade impression, that it's a vertical wall impression. Okay, horizontal wall, you can see it's like I gave this shading, and the floor also I gave this shading, but on the vertical wall I am giving this kind of shading, and when I do this thing it will give me the impression of the vertical wall. So I'll do the same thing here and keep doing this thing. You can just keep pushing this thing. Don't worry about it. If it's anything is this, you can just keep going back and forth so that you will get that nice wall impression. And now you have this, so you have to rub that vertically, so that what happens, it gives you the vertical impression, and you can keep covering this thing portion. So there is nice trick to it, and you can just keep doing this vertical. See, this is what happens when you reach to the corner. Don't worry, you will get. So there's another thing to it. So you can actually hold your paper like this, and you can cover it so that your shadow, you will not mix it with this table. So that's very nice technique. So what you can do is you hold your paper, and then what you can do is you can actually put the shadow like this. So that way what happens, your smudge or the smudge area, it will not smudge the area, table smudge area. It will keep maintain that thing. You can do the same thing over here. Now you can just keep doing this thing. Don't worry. Take your time. You don't have to rush it. Okay. You can just take your time. Easy, and it's drawing. It's your drawing. Don't worry. You can just take that thing. Okay. Now you have a nice wall on the side of that thing. Okay, and you can just take this one and you can start doing that little bit smudge. Thank you. Yeah, take your time, don't rush it. There is no point of rushing this thing. It's your drawing, you take your time. Okay, so now you can see your whole room and your ball and your desk, everything is created. So let's, you can just, if you want, you think that it's too much light or too much dark, what you can do is use your rubber and hold the rubber like this way, okay? And be careful, it's fully completely shaded, so it will actually, you know, come on your hand. So what you can do is you can use a very light hand. You just used to, you know, rub some of the darker area so that your, you know, some of the area can be become much more lighter. So this is just to make sure that okay, you have some area which is much more darker, you can just rub it to the this thing, okay? So you just go with the slowly. Hmm? And then what you can do is you can take a fresh piece of cotton, small piece, and then you can just make it actually a little bit smoother, okay? And so just clean it up and wipe it up. And you can actually just do the little bit. If you think that somewhere white is there, you can just use very light hand and just start doing. Okay, so that's it, guys. So this is what the 3D ball will look like in real life if you see it, and how you can draw it in on your paper. Okay, so I think any questions or anything, if you guys are looking for it, please feel free to ping it on the chat. I can answer to you, and if you think that something is not clear, I can explain it again. Okay, I'm just going through the question chat messages. Let's see if anyone else has any questions, any concerns, anything. Okay, looks like good. Krishna, I see you mentioned saying that your shading is came nice. Thank you. Definitely post it on the My Kids Drawing portal, and we can definitely take a look and see how it came. Thanks for the effort. And Geetanjali, thank you so much. I think you can also upload it to the My Kids Drawing, and we can see that how it's came up. Okay. Okay. Any other questions, guys? Okay. Thank you everyone. Have a nice evening, and thanks My Kids Drawing for providing us a nice platform where we can share and learn a lot of things, like especially in terms of drawing. And I hope you all enjoyed the session, and I really like this session. It was a kind of a very interesting and very curiosity for me as well to understand that how it works. So thank you. Have a nice evening. Bye bye.